put your kindling in here with some diesel fuel on it and throw a fuse in. Now, if you're in a, you can hook an air line to the, there's a hook on here. You can get an artificial draft that way. Like when the compressor at the engine house broke down, then until I got 10 pounds of pressure, I couldn't work it lower with the draft. So every time I open up the firebox to throw coal in it, it would come back and fill a cab of smoke. But it took a couple of hours. You had to get a wood fire going. You take your coal, really make sure it's got diesel oil in it, sprinkle it in there, close it, let it cook, and you had to keep building it up.
Where would you keep the diesel? Would it be in like a 5-gallon?
Yeah, it'd be in a 5-gallon can. And that would, you only throw it up there to
Get started.
And then once you got the fire going and I could get my draft, then it started building up. And then you would watch the tricocks and that would tell you where your steam level was.
Right.
So if it's all water coming out and then it gets hot and steam comes out there, then you know it's building up. This is your automatic.
That's the throttle, isn't it?
No, this is the automatic brake.
Okay.
It stops the train. The independent just for the locomotives here. Here's your throttle.
Throttle, okay.
Okay, this is the power reverse.
Okay.
Then you got sander, valve, and
What is this?
that's the shaker box. These are the grates. That's how you shake your grates.
To get the clinkers out or whatever?
Well, no, at the end of the run or something, when you're dropping the fire, it's fireman's job. You come in, there's a bar that was on the tender, you get it and you put it on there, raise up the lock and shake it back and forth. And that,
Shake that handle like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's what would cause the grates to move. And then everything goes down in the ash pan. And then you get down on that fireman's side, there's a lever and you open the ash pan and you drop it down. Now, something this big, you have to be over a pit because
yeah, it was on fire.
Yeah.
So, what would it take to put this back on the road? No way to do it?
Oh, you could do it.
If you had enough money.
Probably about $2 million, I think.
You know, they can do that at Strasbourg. They rebuild engines at Strasbourg now.
Well, the Atlantic Coastline engine that was at their headquarters, I think it was the 425 or something, it was the Pacific. And then they moved it to the Union Station, the old Union Station in Jacksonville, Florida. And then finally at the group that owned the Historical Society, Railways Historical Society, realized that sitting out there in the tropical environment,
Salt air,
even doing cosmetic restoration, it was going to fall apart. So it was sold to U.S. Sugar. Now, U.S. Sugar had explored the East Coast Pacific, and they got this. They got the Atlantic Coastline, and it's being totally rebuilt. So they'll have two operational steam engines that run down to Clewiston, Florida, on their own private railroad that they use.
Wow. Did you know the story of the guy in Pennsylvania? I don't know if you ever heard the story. The guy born and raised in a mobile home park. And he would go down to the tracks as a little boy, and the steam train would come by, and he'd have the guy toot the whistle or whatever, And the guy got to see him every day. Finally, he invited him to come on up on the engine and take you for a little ride. And it just got in him. He said, one of these days I'm going to own one of these engines. He ended up buying 13 of those engines and building a round and he had a whole, he owned the whole rail, and he was like dirt. He really did make something. I can't remember the name of the railroad, but I'm sure you can look it up. That is so cool. This is so cool to be up on. Wow. I come by here, every time I come by here, I look over here at this engine. When I was a little boy, my dad and I, my dad he loved the Norfolk and Western, so we lived near the Norfolk and Western Railroad. And we went down there one night, and the engineer got us up on the engine, doing a little switching in the yard there, near Hopewell,
Yeah.
Virginia, and that was kind of fun. Well, there's one right here.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't know that, maybe. I told him I did.